Okay, guys, I thought I would do a quick video on Kaspa. Been getting a lot of comments about this one. Well, welcome back to the Crypto Astro channel where I combine technical analysis with astrology. Please use caution in the comments below as there are many spam bots that are promoting false crypto projects. But none of this content is financial or investment advice. This content is intended for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so here is the Kaspa chart. And wow, I mean, it is looking good. And it is also doing well versus Bitcoin since March. It has been going up quite a bit. If we take a 50% level, yeah, it's still above the 50% level. This green line here, so it's still holding up quite well. And if we just look at the Kaspa chart, I mean, it's just in an uptrend. Clear as day. Still in an uptrend. And I have been learning about Kaspa. So here's the vision. It is to build a Nakamoto-like service that operates fast as the internet allows. Build a system that surpasses the limits of Satoshi's version 1 protocol, yet adheres to the same principles embedded in Bitcoin. Contrary to Satoshi's vision, Bitcoin did not become peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Instead, it was solidified as store of value, like internet gold. It leaves a lot of room for improvement and for choosing different trade-offs for L1, even though, Bitcoin is one of the greatest financial revolutions. Kaspa is looking to silver, which presented a different trade-off versus gold historically, and looks like Kaspa was historically treated as less precious than gold, but more circulative, less valuable, yet more acceptable as a payment. With this, they're calling the project Kaspa, which is the Aramaic word for silver and money. So really interesting. The consensus stack of Kaspa is designed to address what we believe to be leading challenges for the second decade of crypto. As the technology matures and its adoption and integration, as web applications gain momentum, we identify two primary vectors which require a deep visit of the base consensus: the speed of transactions, inclusion in the ledger, and the control over transaction ordering in the ledger. Okay, let's go ahead a little bit. Providing instant confirmation is not a trivial task, unless, of course, one is willing to compromise on the principles of decentralization. Kaspa took the hard path of designing the system based off Satoshi's paradigm and first principle. There has yet to be, in the blooming field of cryptocurrencies, a serious attempt at following Satoshi's V1 protocol and proving and providing new capabilities based yet in the same fundamentals. Bitcoin is becoming the internet's ultimate reserve asset. We believe there is still demand, and an urgent one at that, for an implementation of Satoshi's original vision, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So, very interesting. Kaspa's base layer focuses on becoming a fast and scalable transaction sequencing proof of publication engine. Okay. A roll-up centric Ethereum will fragment this network, hinder composability, and dramatically change the underlying assumptions and dynamics. Let's see up here. This should be done by, adopting the thought process and innovation led by several Ethereum research and developers who are building roll-ups. The roll-ups technology reduces the cost of running base consensus nodes. Okay. Let's go over here. So, also mentioned is the Ghost DAG protocol, I believe it is. The explanation of what this is it allows us to make a chain out of the parallel blocks in the block DAG, which results in the same security guarantees provided by Nakamoto consensus, but with increased throughput and lower confirmation time. So, I mean, it's tough to put this in layman's terms, but they clearly want to make it faster and more efficient and secure. So they make a chain out of parallel blocks. So I guess if these blocks can happen in parallel, then things can happen. A lot more transactions can happen at faster speeds. Okay, so pretty complex stuff. But the chart is looking good. Now what we can do is we can look at the historical astrology. So I took the Kaspa chart, the Genesis block. I was told by a colleague, or actually one of my viewers, that one of my viewers found it to be November 22nd, 2021, 7:34 a.m. in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Everybody can double check that and make sure that's accurate, because we want to make this as accurate as possible. But historically, I mean, this transit is really bullish. It hit in February 2nd of this year. And let's see what happened on February 2nd. This is really interesting. So we go on the daily. We're going to zoom out a little bit. Let's go to February 2nd. And it looks like it's right here. Okay, so that's where February 2nd is. The very interesting thing is, look what happened right after that. Boom, we got a huge, massive move. So it didn't happen instantly, but we got a huge, massive move off of this Pluto sextiling the Kaspa sun. And then we got another direct hit on, we get another direct hit on August 11th and then December 8th. So interesting. Are we going to get some super bullish action then? It is possible. Not 100% guaranteed, but it is possible. And so we're nearing this August 11th, and we're already getting big price action upwards. Okay, also on March 5th. Okay, hold on. Had my daughter visiting the room there. But also on March 5th, that was a pretty positive transit. And we got some downward pressure, which is interesting. But between these two positives, we got a massive pump. So that's interesting. That's Jupiter conjuncting the Kaspa Uranus, which should be very bullish, but it's interesting that we got a bit of a dump after that. But prior to it, we got a massive pump. That's interesting. Jupiter trining the Kaspa. Venus is pretty bullish, but it looks like, let's see. What was the date on that? March 19th. March 19th. We got a dump and a massive pump there. A lot of volatility. Interesting that it dumps first and then it pumps. So it's not 100% guaranteed that, I'm just checking the accuracy of the astrology for this particular crypto. Let's see what else we can find. This is negative, so that was on the 23rd of March. Negative on the, okay, right here. And the market kind of started falling off after that. Maybe for the negative transits, I can change it to yellow or something. So the markets did start falling off after that one. Let's keep going. So I'm looking for bullish transits and bearish transits on the astrology chart for Kaspa. These are pretty bullish. That's April 11th, April 19th, April 11th, and April 19th. So that we're getting a bit of a low there. That's interesting. But it's building a base there. And let's see what else we have. This is bearish on the 3rd of June. So we're getting bearish on the 3rd of June. All the way over here. Okay, that's strange. Although we did get a pump, but then it did start to slow down after that. So, I mean, there is a chance that this astrology is not accurate, or it's just not, it doesn't always work for altcoins. It's worked, so far it's worked very well for Bitcoin, about 90% accurate. Okay, here's what might be going on there though, because we get another bullish transit right after on the 12th. So maybe the bullish transit outweighed the negative one there, the 12th. So that's interesting. And then what else do we have? Whoopsies. There's a bit negative happening on the 24th. So this is coming up soon. And what have we seen so far? We're slowing down a little bit. So could we see a little bit more of a correction? It's possible. But it seems like there's still a tremendous amount of demand for Kaspa. So we do get some negative transits hitting in end of July into October, and also September into November. So we could get a dump around then. But then we also have this super positive transit hitting August through December. So it's kind of like who's going to win, the Bulls or the Bears. But we could see a correction possibly, let's say September, October, and then maybe we get a bullish end of the year. That lines up really well with Bitcoin and a bunch of the altcoins that I'm looking at. So very interesting there. Now we do, just for fun, we do have a new moon and Mercury retrograde coming up in August. I'm just going to look at this. The new moon's at 12 degrees. Let's see if anything else is 12 degrees. Oh yeah, Uranus is here. Hold on one second. So we go 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's squaring Uranus. So that's not very good for this new moon. Let's see if there's any other aspects hitting around 12 degrees. Doesn't look like, but that's, yeah, so we could see a correction around the August 3rd, August 4th time frame, or a little bit after that. And then we get Mercury retrograde up here. And if I look at, so that is aspecting, let's see, 1, 2, making a positive aspect to the Kaspa moon. So that's decent. But it's just going to continue to retrograde. And I'll see what other aspects there are here. Not too much. When it goes here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, it is going to trine the Kaspa sun there. So that's decent. Well, it might get a little bit of slowdown in August. We'll see. Typically, Mercury retrograde brings a dump, correction, or sideways action, consolidation. So that's why I'm looking at that. Let's go back to the chart. I mean, everything's looking quite good here in the chart overall. If we zoom in. And let's look at the weekly close. The recent weekly close was up here. That's looking bullish. Still making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. It's holding this trend line pretty well. Look at the 2 weeks. And the monthly. I want to see if there's any clues of major selling action. Not really. Let's look at the, yeah, even the 2 month, like there's a little wake up, but there's no major, it doesn't look like there's any major selling action. So, still looking quite bullish here, but we got to see where this next weekly close happens, but it's looking good. The only negative thing would be if it went like, if this candle just went way down here and then we did something like that, but we're not seeing anything like that. So looking strong. Let's see if let me know if you guys have any comments. Definitely ignore these spam bots in the comments. It's pretty obvious. They're promoting just random coins and weird crypto projects. But yeah, let me know what comments you guys have in the comments below, and let me know what else you'd like me to cover for Kaspa. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more Kaspa videos looking at the Kaspa Astrology. Very fascinating. I'll continue to see how accurate this unfolds in the coming months. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you on the next video.